Susan Olsen was born on August 14, 1961, in Santa Monica, California, into a family already familiar with the entertainment world. From an early age, it was clear she possessed a natural comfort in front of the camera, something that would soon change her life forever. Growing up in Southern California placed her at the heart of the television industry, during a time when family sitcoms were becoming a dominant force in American culture. Unlike many children who stumbled into acting by chance, Olsen showed a genuine enthusiasm for performance and creativity. That early spark helped guide her toward opportunities that most children could only dream of. Long before she became a household name, Susan Olsen was simply a young girl navigating auditions, cameras, and expectations with remarkable ease, unaware that her next role would place her at the center of one of television's most enduring legacies. Becoming Cindy Brady. At just 6 years old, Susan Olsen was cast as Cindy Brady, the youngest member of the blended family at the heart of the Brady Bunch. The show premiered in 1969 and immediately stood out for its wholesome depiction of a modern American family formed through remarriage. Olsen's portrayal of Cindy, with her blonde curls, wide-eyed innocence, and signature lisp, quickly captured viewers' hearts. Cindy was sweet, curious, and often unintentionally humorous, providing warmth and levity to the family dynamic. Though she was the youngest cast member, Olsen's presence added emotional balance to the ensemble. Her character represented childhood innocence and vulnerability, elements that grounded the show's broader themes of unity and understanding. Over time, Cindy Brady became one of the most recognizable child characters in television history, forever linking Susan Olsen to the cultural fabric of the era. The cultural power of the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch was more than just a sitcom. It became a reflection of changing family structures in America during the late 1960s and early 1970s. At a time when television families were often portrayed as traditional and uniform, the Brady household introduced audiences to a blended family navigating everyday challenges with patience and optimism. Susan Olsen's role contributed to the show's universal appeal, especially among younger viewers who related to Cindy's experiences. The series avoided heavy controversy and instead focused on relatable life lessons, making it accessible across generations. Its popularity grew steadily through syndication, allowing new audiences to discover the Brady family long after the original episodes aired. Olsen's performance helped anchor the show's charm, ensuring that the Brady Bunch remained not just popular, but deeply comforting to millions of viewers worldwide. Life after the show ended. When the Brady Bunch concluded in 1974, Susan Olsen faced the same challenge many child actors encounter: growing beyond an iconic role. While the character of Cindy Brady remained beloved, stepping into new roles proved difficult due to strong public association with the show. Olsen continued acting through the late 1970s and 1980s, appearing in television projects and films, though none matched the scale of her early fame. Rather than viewing this as a setback, she began exploring other creative outlets. Over time, Olsen shifted her focus toward voice acting, writing, and artistic expression. This transition allowed her to redefine success on her own terms. Her journey reflects the reality that fame does not always follow a straight path, and reinvention often requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to grow beyond public expectations. Exploring creativity beyond acting. Susan Olsen's talents extended well beyond on-camera acting. As she matured, she discovered a passion for voice work and contributed to animated projects where her recognizable yet adaptable voice found new expression. She also explored writing and radio, using her platform to speak openly about life, creativity, and personal growth. Additionally, Olsen became known for her advocacy work, particularly in animal rights, showing a deep commitment to causes she believed in. These pursuits allowed her to reconnect with creativity without the pressures of child stardom. By diversifying her career, she demonstrated that artistic fulfillment, doesn't require constant visibility. Instead, it can exist quietly, shaped by purpose and personal values. Olsen's post-Brady years reveal a woman determined to live authentically, embracing creativity as a lifelong journey rather than a single, defining role. The rumor that wouldn't fade. For decades, fans of the Brady Bunch speculated about what life was really like behind the scenes. Because the show presented such a polished image of family harmony, curiosity naturally arose about whether the cast shared the same closeness off-screen. Over time, rumors circulated suggesting tension among the child actors, including questions about whether relationships were as warm as viewers imagined. These stories persisted largely because the cast grew up under intense public attention, with little opportunity for private childhood experiences. Susan Olsen, being the youngest, often became a focal point of speculation. However, rumors rarely reflect the full truth, especially when shaped by nostalgia and assumptions. For years, Olsen chose not to engage deeply with these discussions, allowing time and perspective to shape how she would eventually address them. Susan Olsen finally speaks. Nearly 50 years later, Susan Olsen addressed the long-standing rumors with honesty and perspective. In candid interviews, she confirmed that while the Brady children cared about one another, their relationships were not perfectly uniform or identical to those portrayed on television. Like any group of kids working closely together, there were differences in personalities, maturity levels, and emotional needs. Olsen explained that growing up in the spotlight amplified normal childhood experiences, making small disagreements seem larger in hindsight. Importantly, she emphasized that there was no lasting hostility or serious conflict. Instead, what existed were natural dynamics shaped by youth, fame, and pressure. Her confirmation didn't dismantle the Brady legacy. Rather, it humanized it, reminding fans that the actors were real children navigating extraordinary circumstances. Growing up under constant scrutiny. Susan Olsen has often spoken about the challenges of growing up as a public figure. Fame arrived early, leaving little separation between her identity and her character. Expectations were high, and privacy was limited. Like many child actors, she had to balance normal development with the responsibility of representing a beloved television image. Olsen acknowledged that maintaining a wholesome public persona while growing into adulthood was not always easy. However, she also expressed gratitude for the opportunities the show provided. Over time, she learned to separate who she was from who audiences expected her to be. That journey required self-reflection and resilience. Her openness about these experiences has helped broaden conversations about child stardom, highlighting both its privileges and pressures while encouraging greater understanding and empathy. Bonds that endured over time. Despite early differences and growing pains, Susan Olsen has shared that many of the Brady Bunch cast members maintained meaningful connections over the years. Reunions, interviews, and special projects allowed the group to reconnect with maturity and mutual respect. Time softened misunderstandings and replaced youthful competition with shared appreciation for what they experienced together. Olsen has spoken warmly about these later relationships, noting that the bond formed through such a unique childhood experience was difficult to replicate elsewhere. While the cast may not have been a perfect family off-screen, they shared something rare and lasting. That connection became stronger with age, shaped by reflection and gratitude rather than expectation. Their shared history remains a defining chapter in television history and in their personal lives, reflecting on a lasting legacy. As the Brady Bunch reached its 50th anniversary, Susan Olsen's reflections added new depth to the show's legacy. Rather than diminishing its charm, her honesty reinforced why the series continues to resonate. The show wasn't powerful because it was perfect, but because it offered hope, kindness, and stability during a time of cultural change. Olsen's willingness to share the reality behind the scenes allows fans to appreciate both the fantasy and the truth. Her story highlights how entertainment can shape lives in unexpected ways. By acknowledging the complexities of fame and childhood, she has helped preserve the Brady legacy as something meaningful, human, and enduring, far more than just nostalgia. The human story behind Cindy Brady. Susan Olsen's journey reminds audiences that behind every iconic television character is a real person growing, learning, and evolving. Cindy Brady may have represented innocence and simplicity, but Olsen's life reflects resilience, creativity, and honesty. By confirming long-discussed rumors with grace and clarity, she offered fans a fuller understanding of what it meant to grow up Brady. Her story invites compassion for child actors and appreciation for the realities behind beloved shows. Decades later, the Brady Bunch remains a symbol of comfort and connection, and Susan Olsen remains an essential part of that legacy. Through her openness, she ensures that the story of the Bradys is remembered not just as a perfect family on screen, but as a group of real people navigating fame together.